All right, everybody. Gracie has been dropped back off over at her mom's house. So now it's just you and I. The reason why I'm coming on here is I was thinking about something. We had the lug nuts thing today. And I was watching a bunch of people sitting there getting mad at police and stuff again. I don't get it. I understand they're not going to tell you the whole side of the story, but I'm going to give you a different side. While at the lug nuts and all these people out there and everything else, there was a police officer out there. He wasn't really there. He was there with the dare car. But you know what? He brought his two little kids with him. Okay? His two little kids with him at the lug nut show, and he walked around and he talked to everybody, but because he's friends with people and because he was being nice. He's part of the community. A lot of military guys I know go into the police force, and stuff like that, or become part of the sheriff's department. I grew up with several people around me that got part of the sheriff's department. I know who they are on the inside. I know the types of people they are, and they're good through and through. I know a lot of people, they think the laws are hard, or they're actually not. And if you actually understand that 98 to 99% of all police officers, all sheriff's departments, all these people, they're good people. You'd be surprised how many times in my hometown of Quincy, they used to actually, if you were drinking and you had to walk home or something because you didn't want to drive, did you know at one time some of the police officers, whether they're allowed to or not, would actually let you get in the police car. They would then take you home, so make sure you got home safe. They did that because they know that anytime that it could be them or someone of their family members and stuff like that, these are pillars of our community that have to live within our communities, that grew up in our communities, that we've known from the time they were babies or the time that we were babies. And for the most part, these are their hometowns. Every community has one. And it makes me laugh when I see people that are anti-police officer and all this other stuff, and then of course, then they go and then they're anti-gun, and then they're anti-everybody. Really, what do you expect to happen if you have no more guns and no more police officers and stuff like that? I mean, do you really just want to get rid of everybody and everybody police themselves? Because it doesn't work that way. And you know that. Criminals love when there's no police around. Criminals love when we're unarmed. I'm not going to get into the debate with anybody today, though. But I'm going to tell you this. Today, there was a couple off-duty police officers that had their uniforms, that did not have their uniforms on, that were with their kids out there. And something, they talked, they shook hands, they loved the cars. They know cars better than I do. I went to college with my buddy named Chris, and he's from Mount Sterling. He's a police officer, stuff like that. He's a motorcycle cop. Guy knows how to dirt bike like you wouldn't believe. He is probably one of the nicest guys you could ever imagine. You never know he's a police officer. Why? Because he's not out there trying to make people's lives miserable. He's just out there keeping his community safe so people have somebody to answer to. And I wanted to make I was going to say with Gracie in the car, but I had to get her, I always teach my daughter that police officers, firefighters, school teachers, doctors, nurses, these are all heroes. Truck drivers are heroes. These factory workers are heroes. Moms and dads are heroes. And why do I do that? Why do I say that? Why do I push that so much? Because you cannot judge everybody off the actions of one. Marines, we're known for being hard-headed and everything else. But every Marine I know, they're great fathers, they're great parents, they've gone through hard times, but they're great people and they mean well. Now, do a few of, Marines that do stupid things get the rest of us in trouble for advertising or broadcasting or doing something? Yes. But you want to know something? 98% of all military is good. 98, 99% of all police are good. Almost all the daycares are good. Almost everybody's neighbors are awesome. You just got to get to know them. But if we keep shutting doors on people and we keep blaming people, eventually we're not going to have that feeling of safety anymore. The reason why we feel safe is because we know the person next to us, no matter who they are, they're there for us. Okay? When my dad went to the hospital, everybody came. When my mom years ago was in the hospital, it took everybody in the community to come out. Okay? So the whole idea is we cannot shut ourselves off to people every day. We can't sit there and attack because laws are a certain way. We cannot sit there To me, I will always respect the sitting of whoever the president is. It doesn't matter who they are. I know everybody out there say no. I respect it. Why? Because in some way, shape, or form, what's going to be done is going to be done. And who I vote for is who I'd like to have in office. But I'm going to respect anybody that votes. And I'm going to respect the office of the president. I'm going to respect the mayors of my hometown. I'm going to respect the business owners in my hometown. Why? Because that's who we are. And if we start letting a bunch of radical people try to tell us how to do or scare us away from things, everywhere from, the MS-13 gangs to the Black Lives Matter stuff to, a bunch of people that want to kneel for the American flag because they've never given the charity a day in their life, but they want to be, they think they're not. I can get in debates with everybody. But I tell you what, no one's going to go out if all of a sudden Ford or Dodge or Buick or any of those others started advertising for somebody they didn't agree with. I guarantee you people are not going to go out and torch their cars. Okay? I learned a long time ago we have to use common sense. And if we want to be leaders in our community, we have to lead. Don't tell anybody. You have to lead. You have to go first. And if people are so lazy and they don't want to get off their butts or do anything, that's fine. Guess what? They're also not going to get off their butts and go vote. They're also not going to go and they're not going to do, what all that nasty stuff they say they're going to do. I will support police officers. I will support firefighters. I will support factory workers. I will support unions. Okay? I am for and against unions. I sit in the middle because I'm like everybody else. When things get too big, when people get too much power, when people decide they take advantage of the system, but that does not mean everybody is to blame, okay? Like I said, same with the military, There are some Marines that have been deployed for so long, Army, soldiers, sailors, they've been deployed for so long that they don't know the difference. However, if you look at somebody that's on active duty, and now don't get me wrong, I love the reserves and the National Guard, but if they get thrown into the position that most of the time is for active duty, and they bring their bad traits with them, then they make everybody look bad. Okay? So before you get on there and you want to rip our president or rip Obama or rip Trump, or before you want to go on there and start ripping apart everybody else, first start asking yourself, look, we have to honor the position. We have to honor what's going on. And I know a lot of people say, no, I don't got to do diddly squat. You're right, you don't. And that's the reason why when you go talk to people and you say things to people, your opinion doesn't matter. Just like if I do not respect somebody and understand and look at their viewpoint on things, then my opinion will not matter to them if I don't let their opinion matter to me. But that doesn't mean you have to go belittle everybody. That doesn't mean you have to go do drama. So let's get back to the real issues. You know what's even a bigger issue is the drama people have at home. If you're around people that do not support you at your home and you're trying to go for a job or you're trying to get to college, you're trying to live your dream and you get around people that knock you down at all times, you need to get around new people. Because guess what? They're not going to help you anytime soon. They're just going to keep knocking you down, and eventually you're going to lose hope. So every day, teach your kids who heroes are. Every day, be a hero to your kids. You know how you become a hero to your kids? Prop everybody else up. Show your kids how great everybody else is. And your kids are going to see you doing that, and they're like, you know what? My mom and dad are pretty great. My mom's a pretty great person. My dad's a pretty great person. Not because they're sitting there telling me they're great, because of they're showing me how great these other people are, and they're the greatest. You don't need drama to run your life. You don't need to have hate in your heart. You need to do the 3 forgivenesses. You have to forgive the person that hurt you. You have to ask permission from the person that hurt you. And then you got to ask forgiveness from yourself. Why? Otherwise, you're going to hold on to it the rest of your life. And some people, some of the stuff they hold on to should have been gone back in junior high. It should have been gone a long, long time ago. But they still hold it. So I'm asking you this. Let people know they matter. Go out and shake people's hand. Go out and tell people, hey, you're awesome. Go out and tell somebody how they know everybody. I see Stacy and Jenny on right now, and they're 2 great people. I see Nancy Cross on right now, and she is probably one of the most beautiful ladies you can meet inside and out, and she's got a heart of gold. I talked to this lady. Now, I could be a vicious business person. I would rather work with her to where we do a lot of stuff together. Plus, I like to work with her. She's just a really nice lady. You got to understand, we're both in the same business, and she's just a really great person. But I would rather work with her knowing that as a team, You know, we may not be in the same actual lines of business together, but overall, when we work together, we can take on more business because we can actually work on each other's strengths and feed off each other's weaknesses. That way we can get the job done, because people are great, and that's what you got to learn to do. You know what? You don't have to attack everybody. You don't have to sit there and be rude. You don't have to think everybody's taking, you know, so many people out there, they think that people are territorial, yet they themselves have never done anything. You know, you're trying to go for the same job as everybody else. You know what? You should be happy for the person that gets it, build them up, and then they'll help you get the next job. If you help enough people get what they want, they'll help you get what you want. And I promise you, they don't want what you want. They all want something different. And together, it makes us great community. And that's what I try to teach my daughter every day. I try to teach her how great my friends are on the social media, but we talk to them in person too. Today, I can't tell you how many people we talk to in person. Of course, I did have my Marine Corps stuff on. I should go in there like this. No, I never did get my head shaved, but there we go. There you go, everybody. How's that? That look better? The whole idea is be a better person. Don't be it for anybody else other than you. Tell yourself every day you matter. When you look in the mirror, say, I am. And tell yourself, I am going to do this. I am going to do that. I matter. I can accomplish this. I can achieve anything I put my mind to. Anything is possible. What people one day long ago thought was impossible is now possible today, because people have broken records. They've set goals. Heck, Apple's the first $1 trillion company in history. That's what I'm saying. Each and every one of you can get your dreams if you help enough people get what they want. Learn to forgive. The 3 forgivenesses. Forgive others, ask others to forgive you, and forgive yourself. And move on and let it go and have a good time. That's all I'm saying. Because whether you're religious or not, I believe in you. Whether you're religious or not, I think you're great. Whether you're religious or not, I only want what's best for you. And people like Nancy, I love working with her. She is a sweetheart. And she's on here right now. And I do. She is one of the greatest people. Always kind. Always has a great word to say. I'll promote her until my life ends. Jenny Jones, I know her too. She is outstanding. Stacy, beautiful, beautiful inside and out. Should just remember, so are you. Okay? My name's Jeff Jansen. I am going to get out of here, and I got to get something inside, and then I am going to go home for the day. I hope you all understand how much you're appreciated, how much you mattered, how important you are to people in your life. You may not know it, but you are. But you're not supposed to know it. God never said, hey, you'll have to know everything. No. Just know you are. Because you matter. All right, I'm Jeff. I'll get it going now. Bye, everybody.